Hi, this is Matt Sesow, and I'm a painter, as you probably already know, but I'm going to try to do this once a month or every few months and explain the paintings that I completed for that month. So basically this one is for January 2009, and I'll just talk about some of the stuff as it comes up on the screen. All right, thanks. So one of the big things this month was the inauguration of President Obama, and some of the highlights of my paintings that were influenced by that was my president's painting, which is, you know, a depiction of all the presidents. I called it Subtle Changes. And then my other one was I was able to acquire some of the wood from the bleachers that were set up in front of the White House, and I painted on some of those. Those were the bleachers for the parade. So some people might think that my painting entitled Changed is, you know, a reference to Obama, but really not. It was a self-portrait of sorts. It shows me and how I was changed from my accident, which if you don't know what happened to me, I'll let you go to the website and check it out. There's the URL for my bio information. This is a painting of some of the icons or I guess symbols that I've used on a lot of paintings over the last, I guess it's 15 years now. So what I did is I just did a 30 by 40 canvas and did some large versions of icons that I've used over the years in my paintings. This one is a large painting. I think it's 6 feet by 4 feet, something like that, but it's called Sworn, and it's about how when politicians, a lot of times they go into I guess their office with the best of thoughts or the best of promises, and then sometimes while in office that changes. Once again, not an Obama painting per se, but it is definitely about our political process and how sometimes it corrupts. I was inspired by the posters that an artist had been doing, and actually everybody had started to use his image that he created, and we're selling it on t-shirts and frisbees and hats and everything. So the idea of taking Obama's image and using it as a means of profit, so that's why it says profit. And then other people asked me if that meant also that he was a prophet of, you know, to lead people and things like that. So, but no, it was more about just the commercialization of Obama. This one is kind of an homage to William de Kooning. I was down at the Hirshhorn Gallery early in the month and saw that they had rehung a lot of the de Koonings that the Hirshhorn Museum had here in DC, and that was really where I first, I guess, taught myself how to paint or got my first influences as far as being a painter back in 1994. So this one's called Welcome Home, and that's why it looks so de Kooning-esque, I suppose. This one, Outside Favorite, is a depiction of, I think it was St. George. Oh God, I can't remember the saint off the top of my head, but of him riding on a horse. This one, North American Birds, is from a field guide book, one of those little books that I guess we get as kids to go down to the pond or the forest or whatever and look for little animals and things. But anyway, so I have a bunch of those, and I have one just on North American Birds, so I use that as my guide for this. This is a series of pieces on paper that I did at Mather Studios, which is downtown in DC, and so these are just a variety of small little paintings that I do on paper with acrylics usually, and a variety of, you know, sources for inspiration on these. Some of them just off the top of my head, others maybe looked off a photograph. I think I had People magazine on the days I did these, so that's, I guess, obvious. It was like an older issue, so there was American Idol was going on and a bunch of other stuff, so this is kind of capturing that. And then I went also and worked on some earlier paintings that I had started a long time ago from a National Geographic as my source. That's like the albino otter, which I kind of made up the fact that it was an albino and things like that, but there's a couple there too. And yeah, this is also where I got the idea to do Prophet, which I talked about a little bit earlier, but this was kind of like a study for it, that one on paper. Naked Aggression, that one is a response to the war, or the incursion of Israel into Gaza, begin in, I guess, most of January, but it was leading up right before the inauguration of Obama, and there was a lot of people killed in Gaza. So that's what that's about, naked aggression. I did a couple simple paintings on canvas board. So it's Ode to Little Doggy and Song and Dance. So those were just some fairly quick works that I did with oil. And the baby birds watch over Abandoned Baby, I like that one, the way it turned out. Simple little oil painting on wood. It was, I think that was my first oil painting of the year, so it was good just to get back to the oil, because I'd been stuck in acrylic for a lot of December, so that was nice to get that out. Protest March is on canvas, and it's just a series of those bunny characters that I do. Okay, so that's it for now. Thanks for looking, and hope you enjoyed it. You can check out my website, Sesow.com. I'll update that throughout February, which is coming up, and I'll have a lot of new exciting paintings, I'm sure, that will even surprise me, hopefully. All right, thanks for looking. Bye.